Look, I'm not even gonna say anything as an introduction. You guys know why you're here. Y'all wanted that part 3 so badly. So you know we're gonna talk about the absolute worst piece of garbage film I've ever seen. And yes, I do mean none other than Dragon Ball Z Movie 11 Bio Broly.
That shit stank, don't it? Ugh.
And I need a huge round of applause from everyone that's watching this video right now, because the Broly Linsanity run is over. I said Second Coming was trash, but compared to this,
my fault, OG.
No, ain't no my fault. Run your pockets, yo.
For what?
Matter of fact, we not even gonna call it a movie. Bio Broly, you are a extended episode, because look at this runtime. 46 minutes? We have 46 minutes of pure buns and ass cheeks in this movie. But look, y'all know we're only here for one reason, and that is to see the GOAT, Broly himself. And there's no way they could possibly mess up Broly, right? Right?
Say that again?
And this is exactly what I mean when I say the Broly Linsanity run is over, because what is this? I genuinely don't know what happened to this man. Like, I couldn't explain this to you even if I tried. This is a Vegeta level sabotage. This man went from being the DBZ version of the Incredible Hulk to becoming the DBZ version of Swamp Thing. I can't even call this Broly. Like, it truly hurts me to look at this creature and call him Broly, cause it's not Broly.
给你机会你不中用啊！啊，给你机会你不中用啊！我今天给你机会了，你没把握住，这不怨我。
Let's just get into the movie, bro. And we're not even 5 seconds removed from the black screen, and we already see our first major problem in this movie. Everyone say hello to this fat tub of lard called Jaguar, and then immediately say goodbye, because I am literally only going to talk about this dude for the next few sentences. Blubber Boy's only important line is him saying,
"Now I can expose the planet's greatest fraud."
And it immediately cuts to a shot of these ugly old NPC enemy characters. And I'm just sitting here like, expose who with what? I know he's not talking about these old lame NPCs right here. Bro, even the Frieza soldiers have more aura than these guys. And speaking of frauds, I could put you on fraud watch right now, Blubber Boy. So you better watch out. But anyways, let's get into the actual plot of this movie. So we have Goten, Trunks, my boy Krillin, and 18, and they're all chilling at Hercule's house because 18 wants to collect the bag that she is owed from Hercule. And then enter another randomly generated DB character. I don't even think they gave this dude a name. The movie refers to him as Jaguar's cousin. Like, my boy, you don't even have a name. This is how important you are. This man shows up at Hercule's house, hops straight out the whip, and his pants immediately fall down and he stumbles into Hercule's pool. My boy, it's time to hang it up because you have no swag. We don't even know this man's name and he already made a complete fool of himself, bro. And so Mr. Randomly Generated Character then drops the absolute worst plot device I think I've ever seen in any movie ever. This man deadass tells Hercule,
"I expected as much from the man who wet his pants at summer camp."
What? Who told you that?
and I'm just utterly confused. What happened to the series I loved? This bot has Hercule shook just because he knows one little secret. This is the entire reason this movie happens too, by the way. This singular reason right here. But fast forward to the island and we see more of these weird randomly generated bio warriors. And I'm just completely flabbergasted because they didn't even try on these dudes' designs. They're literally bald, have no clothes, They just have different color skin. These dudes were literally created just to have smoke with one of the weakest characters in the entire franchise. Do you know how useless you are? I can only just sit here and laugh as I watch Goten, Trunks, and 18 perform a squad wipe so clean on these goons that you thought it was something straight out of Fortnite. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, at this point, we're already halfway through the movie. And guess what? We finally get to see the star of the show. But don't get too comfortable, because this is literally the best he's gonna look throughout this entire movie. It only goes downhill from here on. Broly just floating in a pot of liquid, looking like a tyrant from Resident Evil. That's the best he's gonna look in this movie. Oh, and by the way, this man somehow transformed into the legendary Super Saiyan while he was in that pod without breaking anything.
What?
They show Broly in base form, and then 2 frames later, they skip to his legendary Super Saiyan form without a transformation scene at all. Literally nothing in this movie makes sense. So we see Broly, but like I said, don't get too excited, because immediately after they finally show this man, he gets completely covered in that ugly sludge. And you know, after watching half of this movie already, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, and I only have one question that's in my mind. Broly, is this your legacy? All aura has completely disappeared from this man. The Broly glazing might be over. I might have to pull a Vegeta on you, bro. I mean, what do you really want me to say about a giant, ugly, swamp thing monster? No swag, no aura. It's just completely gone. I can't save you, bro. We went from bodying the entire Z roster multiple times to this. But look, at the end of the day, this is still my GOAT, Broly. So of course, when 18 decides to run the fade with him, you know it's not gonna go well. 18 tries to throw that straight punch to Broly's dome, but he already has that move downloaded. He grabs her and turns her into a pretzel. Finally, we have some boxing. Broly channels the last bit of aura remaining in his slimy body, and he absolutely counters every single attack that Goten and Trunks throw at him. And he slams them into the wall with ease as we finish this elite sequence of boxing. But let's not forget what movie we're watching, because right after this elite sequence of dodging and weaving, this man pulls out that weak ass ki blast spam. You know this move is weak as hell when Goten and Trunks didn't get hit by not one single ki blast. And right after this sequence, Goten pulls one of the dumbest moves I have ever seen. This man literally just straight up abandons Trunks in the middle of battle. And Broly takes full advantage by slamming Trunks into a wall again.
Another one.
Now we transition back to 18. She tries to hit Broly with the worst sneak attack I have ever witnessed. Broly says, nah, I'd win, and he hits her with her own move, the straight punch, and knocks her out. This is not even prime Broly, and you still couldn't do damage with a sneak attack. But luckily for her, my boy Krillin comes in to save the day, just like he did in the last movie. But look, it's time for round 2, Goten and Trunks versus Broly. And I'm not gonna lie, they definitely locked in this scene right here. These brats hit Bio Broly with one of the cleanest combinations ever. I'm talking perfect synergy. And they finished the combo with a nasty double gut check that had Broly spitting. But every single time this movie proceeds to take at least one good step forward, it takes about 1,000,000 steps backwards. And guess what happens? Goten decides to abandon Trunks once again. Goten leaves the battle and he immediately gets blasted in the back by Broly. Broly immediately starts pummeling Trunks, who once more is taking the full brunt of Goten's mistakes. That was your guy. That was your man's.
And he was your man's. He was your boy.
I heard you grew up with him.
And you left him to die. And this little boy has the audacity to say,
I'm hurt. Stand up. Stand up.
look who is taking the beating here, Goten. And to make matters worse, Bio Broly goes on a rampage against our cast of characters. And you know, I genuinely can't believe this is who they are fighting and losing to. Look at who you are losing to! Just imagine how much better this entire movie would have been if these two guys actually fused into Gotenks. And I don't want to hear none of that talk about them not knowing the fusion dance. We are literally watching a Dragon Ball movie where they brought Broly back for the 3rd time using Jurassic Park technology. So I don't want to hear none of that BS. They could literally do whatever they want in this movie. This is truly embarrassing. And you guys will literally never guess how they take down Broly. You literally won't believe what actually happens. Trunks shoots a ki blast into this giant machine in the middle of the laboratory, and a whole bunch of that ugly sludge falls on Broly and kills him. This has to be the saddest way I've ever seen a villain go out in any type of media. No last stand against your enemy. No family Kamehameha. You just get dissolved in goo and hot liquid. I'ma ask you one more time. Is this your legacy? Your legacy dies here. And the funniest part is you're not even the main villain of this movie. The main villain of this movie is Purple Sludge. You want me to call this Broly? Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm so good. What's the climactic ending to this battle, you might be asking? Well, it's a giant Kamehameha against seawater. Like water. Actual water. The stuff you drink. That water. They shoot a Kamehameha into water. And then they're just gonna sit up here and act like they did just an amazing job, well done. Like, wow guys, congratulations, you beat seawater. I mean, what do you guys even want me to say about this movie at this point? I think I'm starting to understand why people were asking me to skip this movie. Let's just take the Bardock special for example. The Bardock special is literally 2 minutes longer than Bio Broly, and it completely trumps this garbage ass movie on every single level. I mean, we're talking about a special where they made Dodoria and Frieza soldiers actually feel threatening. Every single scene in that special either is action-packed, it's suspenseful, or holds tension. It's actually amazing how great that special is to this day, in fact. And it is like night and day going from that special to Bio Broly. And you want to know the funniest part about this entire situation with Bio Broly? This movie made $13 million. I already know Toei was absolutely laughing to the bank knowing they made actual revenue off this garbage ass movie. You know, this video's not even gonna be that long, but there were certain points when I was rewatching this movie where I just did not want to make this at all. It's just so bad. But you know what? I'm actually glad that I did this video, because you guys know what the next one is going to be. You guys already know what I'm about to say. The saga is not finished. There's no other way for me to end this saga off than to do a video on DBZ Broly. But you guys know I had to drop this video. Even if this movie sucked, I can't say that we did every single Broly movie without covering Bio Broly. I just had to do it. I know y'all are looking forward to that DBZ Broly video. Promise you it's going to be absolute flames. But if y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think about Bio Broly, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.